Okay, guys, I'm going to show you today how to make a snack that's actually very quick to make, but a little bit long process because it's dehydrated cinnamon sugar apples. Now, I use the cinnamon toast crunch. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but cinnamon toast crunch seasoning that's already pre-made because when you make your own cinnamon and sugar, the sugar's not the same, and you end up putting a lot more. I found and kind of wasting it, not as good consistent flavor. So this has got a more of a consistent flavor where it spreads evenly. You don't have to put much on here to kind of get the flavor out of it with the apples. Now, I've tried different apples. Ambrosia and Gala apples seem to be the best. Green apples are the best tasting, okay? But they're also the hardest. They're kind of a little bit, the texture's a little bit different. The ones with the either Gala apples or Ambrosia apples, these taste kind of like the marshmallows from Lucky Charms cereal, okay? They ended up coming out like this. I'll show you a couple examples here. They end up coming out like that, and you know, they're pretty crunchy. I'll show you what they end up, but that's the apples I use, and I'm gonna show you what I use to slice them and everything else right now. Here's one of those slicers. If you get one of the apple like cores, don't get a plastic one. Get a metal one. These, I went through like 3 plastic ones and they're hard to find. But if you do get a metal one, that's the best option, okay? Now, when you core the apple, this is easy. Just boom, slice it, push it down. What I do is I kind of grab that apple and then just shake it a little bit and the whole apple comes out. I don't have to touch any of the insides. There's the core, okay? That's what I start off with to do. Now, I'm just gonna skip ahead and go to, now you see with apple slices, sometimes a lot of the core, you can cut that out. I get pretty good because I've done this a lot where I don't need to cut that middle piece out, but some pieces are, and basically out one of the apple slices that you get, you could probably get 4 small slivers. Now you wanna make them thin. I like to make them thin, just kind of see how thin that is. That's my preference because they do take about 24 hours in the dehydrator, okay? You can leave them in there, but the key is when you put them in the dehydrator as well, after you take them out, let them open the trays and let them open up to the air and kind of cool off for about 30 to 40 minutes, and then put them in a container with a napkin to get the rest of the moisture out of there so they stay crunchy. There's a key to that. But these apple slices are just like this. You don't need to cut the thing out, the middle, because the core's already been taken out. Cut them, I mean, you can cut them as thick as you want. They'll just be more crunchy, okay? The thinner, the sweeter, and kind of more marshmallow, cereal marshmallow taste. And these are just great healthy snacks. What you do is you boom, you throw them in a bucket, throw a little seasoning on top of that. There you go. I'm gonna actually make a bunch of those, the whole tray today, so we can go over that another time. But if you need to see me load the tray, you probably shouldn't be using knives, okay? But put the cinnamon sugar on there. I mean, for as much as you want. I put a light coating and then I just kind of shake it and just kind of like this and move them around. Make sure they all get a little bit on there and everything else, and let the kind of the condensation or whatever else, the moisture of the apples and all things kind of take it on there, and just let them set for a little bit before you put them on the tray. Shake them up good, put them in the fridge for a little bit, shake them up good, and then like I said, it takes about 24 hours. One bag of apples will basically, a bag from Sam's, which is probably about 12 apples, we'll say. I don't do good with numbers. One bag will do a whole dehydrator, you know, and dehydrators are $50. They don't cost much, and you can do a lot of things. Here's some key things on dehydrators though. With fruits, as far as peaches go, peaches and dehydrators, I even cut them really thin, and they come out really hard, and they don't come out too flavorful. Okay, pineapple's not a very good one either. It shrinks down really good. Okay, apples are really good to do. I'm still working on some other things. Strawberries are good to do. They get like crisp and crunchy. They're very tart, very sour sometimes, if you like that. Blueberries, of course, you can do. Grapes, don't even bother. But I'm going to be going over some other fruits. But if you want to stick around for the rest of this, I'm going to show you how I cut a pineapple. And some of the dishes I make a pineapple kebab bowl. It's just chicken and, you know, there. But what I do is I cut the very edge off there. Okay. Then I cut the top. Do away with those in the trash. Come up here. Now what I do is I follow the curve with my knife. So my knife is pretty sharp. So I'm just going to follow that curve and just stay thin. And then it kind of gives you a pattern to follow. You can kind of follow those little dots there. So as you get your knife, just kind of stay thin on it. You can have a little bit of that brown in there, just like that. Those, and then you'll slice those off at the end. You know, but just kind of nice and thin. And I'm going to take you through this because once you get the skin of a pineapple off, you have to get that core out. And that sometimes is a little bit tricky. So I'm going to show you what I do to take care of that. Boom, there's that. Got your trash can here. All that good stuff. Okay. Then, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this, your pineapple, and I'm just going to find a good angle that I cut out that meets up, that goes through the middle. It's going to go nice and easy. Just take it slow. And then you're going to half that. Basically, you half it and then quarter, okay? So I'm going to see the middle of my rind here, and I'm going to just go down nice and easy in the middle of that rind. So I get directly. Like I said, take your time. You will lose a finger and something. Don't be an idiot. If your kids are doing this or around you, you don't want to die in front of them because you're trying to give them a healthy snack. All right? Here's why I use pineapples. Pineapples are cheap. They're $3 and they're abundant. You can eat a ton of pineapple. They're very sweet, the juice, everything else. I put them in a shaker cup, and as I'm driving down the road, I just drink them out of a shaker cup. That's why I do a lot of pineapple. But here, after you quarter them, like I've done it, what I do is you see the core, it's at an angle. So I kind of come at that angle, and I just follow that little edge line right there. And kind of do it on the other side, nice and easy. And then what it does is it pops out, just like that. Okay? Sometimes there's some good stuff on there, but that was a good slice. I won't show you the other ones, but I'll show you this. Now, you've got a kind of a nice boat look right there, okay? So that's just a nice line to cut that pineapple straight down. This pineapple isn't just ripe yet, so it's good. It's going to be really good in about 2 days. I'm going to put it in one of these containers and stick it in the fridge. And then by the time, probably, what is it, Friday? Yeah, by Sunday, this will be nice and ripe and juicy, and there'll be a lot of juice in that. You know, I put that in my protein shakes whenever there's any extra or anything else like that. But, no, that's just a way to cut a pineapple and show you that's a good, healthy snack. That's quick and cheap. And just remember, you can put it in a shaker cup. Open the top lid and shake them in your mouth, just like blueberries. Put pineapples, blueberries, and some cut up strawberries in a shaker cup, and there you got a lunch. You know, eat better. That's cheaper. Your kid's going to lunch with a shaker cup full of fruit. What kid doesn't like really good fruit? You know, stop eating this crap. There's so much other stuff that you can be eating. But going back to those apple slices, like I said, they taste like the marshmallow. The texture is like the marshmallow from Lucky Charms. But they're very sweet. And not too cinnamony, not too sugary. There isn't really a flavor to that. It kind of enhances the apple flavor, actually. But I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed watching the pineapple. Let me know in a comment or something if you got any suggestions. Hope you enjoy your week.